is going on, everybody? KJ Wiggums back with another episode on the Owner Operator. This is American Truck Simulator Hardcore. How is everybody doing? I hope you guys are all doing well. So, check it out. Over the last week and a half, I have been taking my time and I've been doing some recording off camera. Well, not off camera, but I've been recording without talking. I have a time lapse that I'm going to throw up for you guys. It's about 3 minutes and 15 seconds, and it's 5.5 hours worth of footage that I've done to help push us along to get us to our next milestone, and that is obviously to buy a truck. We're not quite there yet. We don't have. I definitely would not attach that there. That is a separate piece. That does not seem safe. But yeah, so I'm going to throw up. I'm going to finish doing my pre-trip and everything like that. And then we're going to get this heavy haul on the road. And then I'm going to throw up that time lapse for you guys to watch. And then I will see you once I'm done showing that and doing the pre-trip. So enjoy. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little time lapse. Like I said, that was about 5.5 hours. Got about 5 loads in there. Pretty nice. I definitely think it is a good step forward. We're sitting at right around $10,000, just shy of $10,000. And the reason for that is we did clip a car in one of those videos. I think it was the last one, actually, is when I clipped the car. And we ended up getting a fine for that. So we have our first crash done and out of the way. Luckily, it wasn't our vehicle, and there wasn't a whole lot of damage anyway. I didn't really hit the guy all that hard. I only scraped him as I was trying to get my way through the parking lot to get some fuel. We did have another accident that we did not get fined for. It was during one of the rainstorms, and I was coming down the highway. There was a truck that was pulling off. Yeah, he was pulling off the off-ramp, and I let go of the throttle, the jag brake kicked on, and we kind of just slid straight into the grass and everything like that. Like I said, luckily we did not get a fine for that one, but it did happen, and I just wanted to make sure you guys were aware of all the accidents that took place. So what I'm looking at now is, if we keep running like this, if we keep doing some time lapses, and like I said before, you know, maybe 4 to 5 a video, we can look at definitely progressing a lot faster. I think we've proved that with this video, with sitting at like $10,000 in the bank now, all because of those extra loads that I didn't have to talk through. We were able to just get at it and get moving. It definitely helped, for sure. There's no doubt in my mind about that it did help. With that being said, what I'm thinking is, if we continue to go that route and keep pushing, you know, a couple time lapses within the video, doing 5 loads without talking, you know, it's cutting out those videos, because for this to get to where we are now, overall we would have had to have 6 separate videos out. And because we did it this way, you know, I'm able to do it in one video. I have a little bit more time to be able to do everything in my personal life as well, which is something I really do like, having that free time to just get on and go when I want to. And I think that's what we're going to start looking at doing. But with that said, with us creeping up on 10,000, I've been peeking at the used truck market and what all it has to offer, and it had a W900 in there for 12 and some change. So if we did the next video exactly like this, 100% we would have enough money to buy another truck, which overall is really what we're trying to do. Trying to get to the point to where we are an owner-operator. Right now we are just an operator, driving for the man, you know, doing what he says, where to go when he says, and to haul what he says. If we get our own truck, you know, we're able to pick the loads we want and head where we want. But my problem with that is, if we go that route and we buy a truck in the next video, I don't know if I'll have enough funds to be able to keep everything up and running. So what my plan is without having to take any loans out, is if we do 2 more videos just like we did this one, that will give us a total of 12 more loads that we haul. Now, when I've been doing the off-camera ones, I've been picking really far loads, you know, over 1,000 miles. It gives me an hour and a half of driving. It gives me the footage. that I can, compress into a time lapse, but it also pays out. If we do the next 12 loads at $1,000 a pop, that alone pays for the truck. And then we have 9,000 sitting in the bank for fuel, any damages that we have to fix or anything like that. We wouldn't have to touch the loan. I think that's a smart move. Now, the next step that we would have to look at is, if we do this, I have to look and see what the trailers and all that cost. But do we get a flatbed, a step deck, or do we get a low boy? I have to do some digging, or if you guys know, let me know down in the comments, to see what the best trailer is out of those three to make money. Now, like I said, I also have to look and see how much they cost. The other option that we have is, depending on what their prices are, do we run the next 4 videos like that? Then we should have roughly enough. We do the next 4, we're looking at $24,000 on top of what we have. We pick up a $12,000 truck, put maybe about 3 or 4 grand into it, and then have 15-ish to 20-ish thousand sitting in the bank. I don't know what those trailers cost. It's something I'll have to look into first. I don't think there's a used market for those trailers, so that may not be an option to complete in the next 4 videos. Maybe we do just grab ourselves a truck first and just go back to start racking up that money and doing it that way, and then maybe after 4 or 5 videos after that, we could save up enough money to get one of those trailers, which will allow me to do some digging on price wise what's going to be the best option for us as well. Or, like I said, you guys let me know down below if you guys have figured out, what's the best trailer to haul. I was watching some footage, and this is the other thing that's holding me up. So I was watching some footage and stuff like that of the Arkansas, I believe it's the Arkansas map that's coming out, and some of the new stuff, the new features they're adding with the unloading and loading of the grain bins and stuff like that. Do we pick up and move shop, head out to Arkansas and start hauling some grain? It'd be another option that we could look at doing, and just get ourselves a grain trailer. I don't know. There's a lot of things. I mean, it could be something that we push for later as well, but we can get out there. We could also, if we get the flatbed or something, or the low boy, we can start hauling tractors, combines out there. And when we get enough money to get another truck and another shop, we could throw that low boy to somebody else. We grab ourselves the grain trailer, start hauling some grain out of there. That's such a cool looking feature that's coming. I wish they, the change and the stuff that is happening to ATS that I have seen since I started playing, I think like 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 6. Maybe I started playing this 6 years ago. I don't think it was out very long when I first started playing it. But there's so much stuff that has come to this game. It's truly one of my favorite games to play. I have a lot of fun doing it, and I don't foresee it going anywhere. Channel wise, like I said, I play it a lot on the channel, but I also play it a lot. I played it a lot before I even really brought it to the channel. It's just always been one of those games. Simulators are one of those big ones I love to play. Hold on. What do we got here? Oh, my man just cut off the cop. He was smart. I wouldn't have waited either. I would have seen all this coming and I would have darted out there too. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, so I don't know, a lot of stuff coming to it. A lot of stuff looks phenomenal. They're doing such a great job. SCS is really doing a lot of work, and it shows. The stuff looks absolutely phenomenal. I love the stuff that they're doing. I have no issues with it. I know there for a while I had played with like the coast to coast and all the Canadian maps and the Alaskan stuff, but I never actually played just straight base and completed and unlocked and 100% did everything with the game. And that's something that I wanted to do, and that's one of the reasons why I started this series, just because I thought it would be super cool. Even if we get ourselves to a point, like I keep seeing all these car mods for ATS, and I can only assume that they are set up for like free drive, kind of like when you're bobtailing down the road or something like that. So I thought, if we get the business to a point that there is no worry for the money, we have ourselves a couple trucks, we have ourselves a couple drivers, we got money coming in all of the time. I could take an episode or two and just be like, listen, we're going to jump in the pickup and we're going to drive around. We're going to unlock all these roads that we've missed. We're going to go hit some key points. We're going to go get pictures, and we're going to hit the visiting centers and stuff like that and get a lot of that stuff done. I think that would be kind of cool if that's what those vehicles are for. I'm pretty sure it is. Like I said, I've never downloaded one and tried to use it, but I do want to try it. I think it would be interesting to do that. Yeah, get them pushed over, bud. Go on a skedaddle. But, yeah, so definitely got a lot of plans to do all this. At the end of this video, we'll go in, check stats and everything. I do have a skill point. I didn't put it in during any of the time lapses. I felt like I wanted to wait to have everybody here and be able to go through and look at what we're going to do next. And I'm not sure. I don't remember where we were looking. I know I'm not looking at doing any more long distance. I think 1,000 miles right now is just fine and dandy, especially with us coming up soon to purchasing our first truck. I really don't think I'm going to have to go much farther than 1,000 miles, and I want to make sure that we have enough money for fuel and everything like that. Getting a beat up truck for the first time, obviously it's going to have its woes, but I think we'll be alright in that set of things. I will say one of the things that I've learned with playing ATS and looking at the job market and everything like that around my area, one thing I messed up is just happened to be where, well, it's double-edged sword. So I picked where it was because I wanted to run out of a farm. Obviously, huge farm sim fan. Worked on a farm when I was younger and stuff like that. Live out. Just the farmland. I love that look and that scenery. So I don't regret starting where I started. But I think if like you're a new player or you're trying to make sure you can get a lot of jobs, the smart move would definitely be to try to put your starting business in a big compact area where there are a lot of jobs near you, Because once I start trucking, once I start moving and everything like that, it's gonna be rare that I get back to the farm every day because there's just not enough loads to pull out of there. So I'm not going to be driving back to the farm at the end of every episode to go take a break. It will probably be 3 or 4 episodes before we ever get back to the barn area, the farm area, if that. I really don't foresee us spending a lot of time there starting out, just because we're going to be traveling, and there's not a lot of stuff where that family farm is. It's beautiful. The guy that did it, Mike, I believe it was Mike, he did a wonderful job on it. It looks great. But those close local jobs, it's definitely not. It's definitely not the area for it. There's not enough room. There's not enough stuff around to be able to keep that going. So we're gonna be on the road a lot. And what was that? Something just shot past on the right side of the screen. What is that noise? Ooh, pay attention to the road. I don't know what that was. um, so yeah, that'd be my advice for anybody that's starting out or interested in getting into it. Maybe I'll come up with like a 20 tips video for ATS or something like that. Would that be something you guys are interested in seeing? There it is again. There's that noise. I don't see anything though. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, is that something you guys would be interested in? Something I'm thinking about doing. Just throwing up a 20 tips or 10 tips or something like that. My control video, my settings and controls seem to do pretty well. You guys seem to like that too. So maybe those one-off videos and stuff like that are a nice way to go for ATS. I feel like I probably should get another farm video up there. Like I said, I know it's been a while. I just really haven't, in all fairness. Oh man, I left my snuff downstairs. I just haven't had much interest in playing. Between Minecraft and trucking, it's really all I've been doing. I just haven't had any interest to play Farm Sim. I think I just needed that overall break, and it's been nice. Even jumping on the Pap's farm the other day. Like I said, I kind of just ran around and looked and was like, man, where did I leave off? What all did I still have to do? I think I'm mid-June. Maybe mid-June or mid-May. I think it's mid-June I am right now. I don't know. I'm sure I'll hop on there at some point and play. The wheel thing, it didn't work for me. I wasn't a fan of the keyboard and mouse. I did, not gonna lie, hooked up the controller and everything and ran around on it. I tried with the wheel and the keyboard and mouse. I don't like the feel of it. Maybe I don't have my settings right with the wheel. It doesn't seem like it's as smooth as playing ATS. I feel like it's very janky, and it could very well, like I said, be something that I just set up wrong, and it's just not going, or I'm missing something. I really do think I'm missing something. But I got back on the controller, and it just feels so much more natural for me. And I know that's obvious because I've been playing since 17 with just the controller, and I gave the keyboard and mouse and the steering wheel, I gave that about a good solid month Um, so, you're never going to get, it's never going to be the same as what you've been doing for the last 5 years. Um, Crap, 6 years. Oh my, yeah, jeez. But nonetheless, I probably got a farming video coming out soon just because I've been craving a little bit of it. I mean, I can tell that I am now with, having gotten on Farm Sim. Um, because before I even opened that up, I haven't even had one single feel of opening it or wanting to play it. So I can tell there's a little bit of me that's starting to go, man, it's been a minute since we played Farm Sim. It's been a minute since we've been on the farm. What are we doing? That's kind of what this whole channel was started. I mean, not kind of. That's what the channel was started on. We had started on Farm Sim. It was the foundation of everything. But I also think that kind of hindered the channel a little bit. Um, Sticking with one game, for me, when I would get tired and want to play something else, I was missing a lot of opportunity to record. So then I would be like, oh, I can't play that. I have to stay focused. I have to keep doing this. And then I would just get burnt out. So with this, man, I'm having a hankering to just truck here lately. So I'm able to just jump on here and be like, you know what? Here we are. The next month, next 2 months, we're trucking. We're hauling loads. We're making money. We're doing what we can. Cool. Awesome. In between that time, you know what? I play a little bit of Minecraft. I play a little bit of Ghost Recon, Squad, whatever it may be that I want to jump on. I still have that burning feeling to make a video. So now I have two outlets that I enjoy doing. With the trucking, if I get in that mood, there we are. If it's farming, I get in that mood, we're going. And then when I take that time to play other games just for myself, I don't feel as guilty for it. I don't feel as bad. I never got into doing YouTube. Like, I know you guys have probably heard this a million times. I've never gotten into YouTube to make money. Um, I just wanted to build a pretty dope community, a bunch of people to just hang out, enjoy talking about the same things I enjoy, because a lot of the guys at Wiggums Gaming, we all have different tastes in games. Um, some of them may be similar, but they're far enough apart to where we don't really play all that much together. I love my simulation games. AJ loves playing American Flight Simulator. I absolutely hate that game. We did the flight around the world together. It was cool. I had a lot of fun doing it. It's not my kind of game. I didn't enjoy it. He loves American Flight Simulator. He cannot stand ATS. Farming, everybody gets it every now and then. They kind of get a stick up their butt and they want to play. Minecraft is the same way. Everybody kind of just gets that 2 week phase of Minecraft. Um, we run through it. Everybody's like, yeah, man, I did everything I wanted to do right now. I got no plans to move forward. I'm just gonna let it go for now. Cool. That's what I want to do. That's the kind of stuff I want to keep going. I keep paying for the server every month. I don't, even if nobody gets on it, I want to keep paying for it. Jump on there every now and then just to check on things. Just so when we do get that feeling of wanting to play again, we don't lose everything that we've had. We don't have to start all over again and be like, we stopped paying for the server. We're not doing anything with it anymore. We'll start over and start from scratch. And then everybody gets to the point where, like, it's doing the same grind over and over and over again. Whereas now, like, I haven't played Minecraft in maybe 2 weeks. But if I get on there next month, I'm like, oh, dope. I still have all this stuff that I did. I still have all these materials. My village is there. The trading hall and everything we built's there. It's the same with Farm Sim, with Pap's Farm. That was always my big thing. I found that map that just hits for me. I didn't have to change anything. or had to change maps. I just changed in the game with, the little bit of skill and knowledge I learned, with some help from Schultz Modding, from Farmer Brown. Those two guys alone helped me be able to make Westby, Paps Farm, what it is that I was looking for without having to change a map. That's always been my biggest thing with Farm Sim. I know the content part of it is show the newest stuff, show the latest mods, and people flock to it because obviously that's what you get the game for. You want to see the newest, greatest stuff that's out there. For me, with it not being so much of a I want this to become an income or I want to grow to be as big as possible, I was able to go, now I got a small community. I have people that enjoy the things that I enjoy as well to a degree and are able to sit there and watch that build up. I know there's a lot of people out there that play the new maps when they come out and they just put the money cheat in and they buy everything they want and then they just play. That's cool. That's your style. For me, I've always enjoyed playing a game. I mean, whether it's Farm Sim, American Truck Simulator, the hardcore we're doing right now. I like starting from the bottom and making it challenging to get out of it. Paps Farm started with $1.2 million in debt with a bunch of small equipment, with fields that were not taken care of, with no real sense of income, and having to pay $5,000 a month back. I had to figure out ways around that to be able to make sure we didn't lose the farm. Hardcore owner operator series. The goal here is to start with nothing. Grind as hard as possible to make any kind of money. I mean, like I said, 5 videos I made right around $3,000. Or 5 videos out of, well, no, this will be what? Episode 11? 12? Maybe 12 or 13? And we're looking at having all but 20,000 or 20 loads already done on here, and we're only sitting at just under $10,000. That's the kind of gameplay I like. I mean, to me, that grind is what makes the game interesting. Now, for me, I don't feel like I can get that by switching maps every few weeks when a new one comes out. It's just starting everything over, getting to a small point, and then doing it again. I don't feel like that doesn't give me any satisfaction. That doesn't give me any sense of accomplishment. So when I started looking at maps, I'm like, oh, it's got really dope textures on it, or oh, this map has alfalfa or some type of new crop or something like that. And I'm like, how can I implement that into what I'm doing? How can I use that to feed my cows, or how can I use that to take care of this or that? Or, I have ideas. Like I've literally been sitting here thinking, what if Paps Farm, we have this big sale coming up of animals. My beef cattle, my jerseys are getting ready to become mature. They're getting ready to become yearlings to sell. I got a handful of Holstein calves that are getting ready to, calves and calf bulls that are getting ready to sell. I got all that silage, just like $300,000 worth of silage if I hit the market at the right time. I've got a decent amount of money coming in. What if I took Paps Farm in a completely different direction? I've been pondering this for like probably the last 3 episodes that I did on Paps Farm, to a point where I kind of moved it over to Valley Springs when I did that little mini series, and it kind of just it died off, so I didn't even do season two. Um, but I looked at it and I was like, what if I take that series and I flip it, and we stop looking at doing cows and we move into something else? Cows have been a great income for that farm, but that's what Pap did the whole time. That's all he did. He always did cows. For me, when I play farm sim, that's what I always do. I always do cows. I love doing cows. They're one of my favorite things to do. But what can I do that's a little bit different, but still sticking to growing that farm? What if we brought in a different animal? What if we started focusing on just certain crops? Close the barn down, take the pastures out, turn those into fields, clear up a lot of the things that we don't need. We get rid of the small baler. We can get rid of the tedders and stuff like that if we start looking at just doing cereal crop. We bring sheep in. We can look at starting to bring sheep in and making money off the wool and all that stuff. It's always looking at what I can change or what I can do to make it a little bit different than what I've been doing, but you're still on the same map, running the same stuff to make that happen. Because sometimes it's not about the change of the map, but it's about the change of the direction you've been going. You look at Minecraft is a great example of this. You watch people that play Minecraft Survival or Minecraft Hardcore, and those individuals, like a hardcore, so we'll take the hardcore. You take a hardcore world. There's a couple people that I watched. They've had the same hardcore world for 2.5 years. How do you keep people interested in the same gameplay for 2.5 years? Well, you change things up. Minecraft, it's a little bit easier. Minecraft, it's a little bit different, because you can fly to new areas and you can build new things, and you can do, we're going to do a terraforming here, or we're going to build a village here, or, this, that, or the third. It's all right there. It's an endless world to build in. But with Farm Sim or American Truck Simulator, like, you kind of have to think outside of the box. American Truck Simulator, I mean, I'm not the one that came up with the economy mod. Obviously, that was GDC. But then I look at it for me, how do I take that and make it something for me? How do I make a change to be able to hit exactly what I want it to do? And a big thing with that was, well, we'll do the owner-operator series. We will work on trying to build up the business, but also be able to hit all those key points. We watched the time lapse earlier. There's small parts and snippets in there that show I got the pictures of some of the areas. I hit some of the I can't even remember what they are, but where you go and it shows the video footage of the town and everything that you saw. Like, I'm still hitting those. Those are the part for it in here for me. Farm Sim for me is I take. Ooh, that road was slippery. Did you see me slide there? For Farm Sim, it was taking a map that someone did a phenomenal job on. MB Farms, Tired Iron, everybody that worked on that. I think Lazy had some parts in it, but everybody that had a part in that did a phenomenal job on that map. It's a beautiful map. Does it have its flaws? Yes. Nothing's perfect. Everything has its flaws with it. But for me, that map, it just caught me. Oh, what can I do to make it better? You add those things into it. You change things up. It already came with the pre-grass fields already in between and setting up. That didn't cut it for me. I needed to be able to fertilize those grass areas, and I needed to be able to do this or do that or whatever it may be. So that's what I did. I made that map mine. Whether it was things I did on my own or reaching out to Schultz Modding or Farmer Brown, I will always give those guys credit because without them, there's a lot of those things that I wouldn't have. There's a lot of those things that I was still struggling with. For the longest time, I couldn't figure out how I messed up when we ended up putting the alfalfa and the clover in there. I couldn't get it to grow. Not with seasons on. I love playing with seasons. It's challenging. So the game became boring to me because I couldn't play with seasons on. And it took a long time to get it figured out. Months before we could figure it out. Farmer Brown did everything he could to help me. And just, we couldn't figure it out. Schultz helped me. Just put me in the right direction. A guy helped me. He's like, yeah, I've seen this already. I know what the problem is. Was able to fix it within a night. It was super awesome. Always looking. Farmer Brown put in ear corn in there for me. Dude, that's awesome. I love sitting there and going and making dried ear corn to be able to make dry corn for the cattle. I started doing research. It's I don't know, it's that grind and being able to find something that you enjoy and can make your own for me. That just sells it with a map, that sells it with a game. Just building from nothing to be able to go, yeah, everything you see there, I did. And I didn't use cheats, and I didn't use money mods, and I didn't do this or that. I did that all by just grinding the game. Everything I did, I grinded. For me, that's how Pap's Farm is. I think Pap's Farm is over a year old now. It's taken me a year, and at one point I was playing nonstop to get to where I am on that map. I'm truly proud of that. That's something I could sit there, even if I stopped today and was like, nah, I'm going to get a different map. I could sit there, sell everything off. I know I'd pay off my debt, and I'd walk away with probably a couple $100,000.
And then turn left.
But for me, it's, yeah, we accomplished all of that. All of that. We did everything like we needed to. And it just worked perfectly. Yeah, we had some struggles, of course we did. You play a game where it's super easy the whole time with no struggles, I mean, what's the point of playing that game? There was truly times I didn't think we were going to get through the month on Pap's Farm. I got scared. There were different things I put in. I put in that greenhouse just to help. I think at the beginning that's all we had. It was like $2,500 extra a month. That's all it helped with. That's a scary thing, knowing that you had to come up with the rest of that money. But as we started growing and keeping doing things, it just became easier. Now we have the honey, we have the lettuce, we have the milk, cheese. Nope, sorry. We have the cheese. And now we are producing so much milk. Not only are we taking care of the cheese, but we have a surplus of almost a tank full and a half every month to be able to sell. I am literally bringing in almost $40,000 a month just off of those three things. To me, that's just what works. That's the satisfying thing and the satisfying part for me. It's not for everybody, I know. I know that was probably a good 20-minute ramble. And I'm sorry for that long ramble, ladies and gentlemen.
Turn left.
Alright. pulling off. That means he's done. They want us to pull right in there. Oh, I stalled her. That's alright. Oh, God, that's why I stalled her. Put it in the wrong gear. Hit the wrong button. We're going to come all the way up here. Cut her in up here by the mailboxes, and then hopefully start hitting her hard here. And bringing her in. That should line that up right with it. I hope. Please. I hate doing these sometimes. Because once you screw up, once it's not in there, it's over. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's get that trailer unloaded. Alright. We getting another level? I don't think so. Yes, we did. Alright. Level 7. 28,000 is what we need in the next run. So now we have 2 points. Let's see what our email is. We can help you grow. $5,500. What was the last one? 45. Okay, so we got an extra 1,000 on that. Nice. We got 2 more points. So, like I said, we're sitting at 1,000. Not really worried about going any there. 3% higher reward. 2% increase. Delivery. Just in time. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put 1 in each of these. So that'll give us, yeah, they're pretty much the same thing. Right? Oh, no. So that's how that works. Okay. So with this one, it's 3% higher reward. Yeah. And this one is the same thing. So, yeah, we're going to put 1 in each of these. And then what I'll do is if we're going to do the next 2 videos like this, I'll put the next 2 in the fuel economy, which will be up to 10% fuel saved when driving, and then 15% when driving. So that'll help us out once we start doing that. So career stats, what were we at? Total deliveries 20. We're sitting at, what did I say, 9,000? Well, we're probably at 10,000 now. Sitting at $10,333 with 20 loads delivered. One of those loads were late. And then, yeah, see, so 3 total violations, 2 speeding, 1 crash, $540 is how much we have paid out. So really, even if you take that in 20 loads, where you would only be sitting at 10,900. So there's not a huge change in what we've done. So yeah. So do they have? No, they only have the used truck. So if we look at trailers, what are we looking at? So 30,000, 35,000, 33,000. So I mean, you figure $40,000 is what we need for a trailer. Wooden Lowboy double, that's 60,000. I don't think we would go that far right away. Yeah, so 40,000 just for that. And then, like I said, in the used truck market, The cheapest one so far that I found was the 12.2 if we go with the W900. So 52, you figure you want to probably have 65,000 in the bank. I feel like that would be the smartest way to move forward. If we did it that way, I'm buying the truck. We'll get the trailer later. I'm not playing it that way. I'm going to get 20 in the bank. That'll leave me like 8 after the truck to fix and fuel and everything like that. So, let's see what's the first job going to be in our next time-lapse video. We looking at anything special? We want to go, we want to change that. We want high price. Big dollars. Caterpillar 785C mining truck. 677 miles. It's paying out $1,000. We're going to jump on that. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you guys here. I'm going to get these next things set up for the time lapse in the next video. Probably, like I said, probably run another 5 loads. Everything like that. And then, there we go. And then I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. As always,